This 1572 map shows the Mughal Empire stretching from Kabul to Bengal. Akbar rules over 100 million people. Dominating a landscape this completely creates a total vacuum of independent rule. History in this era is written entirely by the conqueror. But there is an anomaly on this map. One Rajput warrior looked at the absolute might of the Mughal Empire and simply refused to surrender. Empires record their existence through continuous expansion. Legends are forged by the few who decide they will not be consumed. Maharana Pratap stood 6 feet 5 inches tall. Look closely at this historical body armor and helmet. Stepping into battle meant wearing over 200 kilograms of iron, while carrying a 72-kilogram shield. Yet he still moved across the battlefield like a storm. Akbar knew the cost of fighting. He sent 9 separate delegations, offering immense wealth and high political rank in exchange for bending the knee. 9 times, the delegations went home empty-handed. Pratap met every offer with absolute silence. His defiance was a constant state of being that could not be bought. By June 18, 1576, diplomacy finally gave way to war. This is the Pass of Haldigati, a claustrophobic rocky stretch of mountain geography covered in yellow dirt. This diagram compares the sheer scale of the forces that day. It shows Akbar's 80,000 elite troops towering over Pratap's tiny force of just 20,000 men, a brutal 4-to-1 military disadvantage. Faced with those numbers, logic dictates an immediate retreat. Instead, as this dense historical painting captures, Pratap launched a ferocious, direct charge right into the chaos to personally strike the Mughal commander. Choosing absolute freedom often requires you to discard the basic logic of survival and rely entirely on the violent impact of confrontation. Pratap fought with staggering violence, drawing blood from the enemy commander himself. But the massive volume of Mughal soldiers eventually broke the Rajput lines, leaving Pratap bleeding and completely surrounded. It was his immortal horse, Chetak, that carried the king away from the slaughter. Chetak ran on 3 shattered legs until they were clear of the battlefield, collapsing and dying only after his master was safe. The Mughals captured the physical ground that day, but because they failed to capture or break Pratap himself, military historians record Haldigati as a deeply costly Pyrrhic victory. Defeat pushed the king into the Aravalli forest. In this vast, rugged mountain terrain, the royal family slept on the bare earth, and Pratap watched his children eat bread made from wild grass to survive. It was in this misery that a final test arrived. A pristine, golden letter from Akbar reached the dark forest floor. It offered to restore Mewar, guarantee safety, and provide vast wealth if Pratap would finally submit. He read the offer while his family starved. And he refused. Maintaining that kind of resistance is a grueling, conscious decision. He decided the dignity of absolute freedom was worth more than the physical comfort of subjugation. Pratap spent the next 15 years operating from the shadows. Between 1582 and 1597, he weaponized the mountain terrain and utilized guerrilla warfare to launch an unrelenting offensive campaign. This animated map represents Mewar divided into its 84 districts. Watch the data as Pratap systematically reclaims territory, taking back 36 of these sections from Mughal control, fort by fort. Look at this historical portrait of Emperor Akbar. This is a ruler who easily conquered Kashmir and Bengal, yet his court dispatches recorded profound frustration at being completely unable to neutralize one man in the mountains. It proves that a small, highly localized population with unyielding loyalty can grind the machinery of a massive expansionist empire to a total halt. Maharana Pratap died in January 1597. He didn't fall to an enemy sword. He died in his forest camp from a hunting injury, remaining a king of the wilderness until his final breath. The historical irony is what happened next. When news of Pratap's passing reached the imperial court, Emperor Akbar wept. He mourned the only man on earth he could never own. We remember him through monuments like this massive bronze statue of Pratap on Chetak because he left us a unique inheritance. He proved that a single unbreakable will holds more power than 100 massive armies. Resistance is never futile, as long as a human heart chooses dignity over surrender.